So we're back here at Trailhead Family Campground, an absolutely abysmal place that I stayed last time on the e-bike. So I don't know why, but I'm getting like almost no power. We're slowly but surely making our way towards Lindsay. This ground is actually surprisingly saturated. So I think that's making the board work a little bit harder than it needs to. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is a good idea. This is what I get for coming out here in early spring when everything's just starting to melt, I guess. So we managed to do 16 kilometers. That's it. Off of all that battery capacity. 720 something watt hours of battery capacity burned up in less than 16 kilometers. Well, we'll call it here, guys. Thanks for sticking around for this really stupid adventure. So we're back out here to finish what we started. It's pretty late in the day. It's about 3 o'clock, so I don't have too much time in the day to finish this stint. So much like the plan was last time, I am going to end today in Lindsay. So here's the trail where I popped out and walked over that way to get picked up. And then here is where the trail continues. Seems to be much drier conditions today, even though it rained yesterday, than the spring thaw where everything was saturated. Things are clear, no traffic coming. Do our crossing here. All right, first few kilometers of this trip. I'm rocking twice the battery capacity that I was last time, so this should hopefully go a lot smoother. Oh yeah, oh, this trail is in so much better condition. Oh, it's like night and day. Oh yes. I don't want to get overly optimistic before we have a chance to get into it, but so far this is feeling a lot better than last time. Hello, cows. Oh man, oh yes. This trail is rock solid. That is what we like to see. So this board is underpowered, especially with me and all my backpacking kit. We're pushing about 300 pounds around on this thing, and it's only a 36-volt drivetrain with massive 8-inch wheels, so it's not got a lot of power to push me around, so we're not going to be going the fastest. We have 15 kilometers to the first stop, which is in Lindsay, and then from there we'll be spending the night, and we've got a total of 45 kilometers split between 2 legs to do tomorrow. We should end in Peterborough tomorrow. Again, assuming nothing goes wrong, as stuff likes to do on these Mike in the Woods trips. So even the sun has come out to play today, which is a much needed benefit because on the drive up here it was so overcast and cloudy. I thought it was going to rain, which is fine. This board can handle a little bit of rain, but still wasn't really looking forward to it, you know what I mean? Anyways, we're cruising along here at about 17 kilometers an hour. Let's call it 18. So if all goes well, we should be getting there in about 45-50 minutes. And aside from the occasional road crossing, it's pretty much just continuous movement. We're not really hitting too many obstacles so far. You know, that remains to be seen. I don't want to jinx it. All right, so we stop, check both ways, no traffic. We continue across, and away we go. It's a beautiful 21 degrees Celsius out. The sun is shining. The trail conditions are amazing. I'm in a really good mood right now. Assuming nothing bad happens, I think I'm going to have some pretty high morale for the rest of this trip. I am rolling double the battery capacity this time around. I have over 1,300 watt hours of battery in my battery compartment, split between 4 packs. Not the most efficient, but the reason it's split between 4 packs is it charges super fast. This whole setup will charge from dead to empty in a little over 3 hours, about 3.5. Just stop for a moment to let my feet rest because yeah, it's been non-stop riding, nothing causing me problems so far. First battery's already starting to get a little low. We're 7 kilometers in. So there's a farm over there, a nice dirt road that comes down here, more farmland. There's the trail I just came from, just did a road crossing. There's my board, and this is the way we gotta go. That's cool. I didn't see this before. These signs actually tell you what your next actual road crossings are. So if you don't have a map or you're a little bit lost, you can at least figure out where you are. It even gives you GPS coordinates. That's really cool. That's actually pretty neat. Oh, she's getting toasty. That sun's beating down. I'm just wearing my normal winter base layer because I was worried it was going to start to get a little bit cool. As I'm moving, it's fine. Once the air cooling from moving stops, you definitely feel that heat, man. Check out the caterpillars. That's really cool. All right, I'm starting to bake alive in the sun. So time to get moving and get some wind chill to cool me down. Yeah, as soon as I'm moving, it cools me down a little bit and it feels a lot better. I knew it was gonna be hot today, like early 20s, but I didn't realize with the sun beating down how hot it was gonna feel. We're basically right on the outskirts of Lindsay, so I know it looks like farmland now, but in the next road, we'll start to see signs of civilization as we enter Lindsay proper. So one thing I don't like about this battery is that rather than slow down to a crawl like every other pack I ever use, when this one gets empty, it just cuts out all of a sudden, which is unsafe. It should slow me down to an absolute crawl. So that means that the voltage has hit the cutoff at the bottom and the BMS cuts power, which I have not had happen on any of the other batteries I've used. I heard the board beep at me once, but yeah, I thought usually I have at least another kilometer or two before it's finally ready to swap over, but nope. So we've done basically 8.5 kilometers on that first battery, which, considering that was a large battery, that's not the greatest amount of distance, but hey, this is why we packed double. Oh, not that I'm complaining anyways, because it is a really nice day out and I got a lot of time, so. All right, so that first battery is done and dusted. This was the 360 watt hour one. The next one says it's like 418 watt hours. All right, second battery pack connected. As you can see, it's pretty crowded in here. Got 4 lithium battery packs. If I need to draw from this, that's the amp limited one, and the board goes super slow when I use that. So that's kind of a last resort. But I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, especially if it's being carried in the board and I only have to carry a small extra charger for it to keep it charged. So all in all, we're not doing too bad. Oh, that sun is brutal. I probably should put sunscreen on, but I'll wait to do that till tomorrow. Turn the board on. We're on our merry way. Yeah, just like I thought, we're emerging from essentially farmland forest, and now we're on the outskirts of some homes. We are now in Lindsay. It's really cool. We're just straight up passing behind people's backyards here. So we're about to hop out onto a main street here, and we're getting close to the endpoint, so I better stop soon and give a call to the motel and see if they have a room available, because I have no idea. So I'm just gonna be careful. All right. Oh, too hard of a turn. All right, now we're into the more technical trail riding here. Oh, not really. It's definitely more twisty and turny. Oh, sorry, Mr. Chipmunk. Almost ran over him. It's amazing the little bits of interesting terrain you find even in the middle of a city. A little bit too rough for the board to ride over, so it was super muddy and got rutted. It's a really cool, like, actual dirt trail going on here, sort of. Definitely would not be able to take the dirt surfer down this. Wouldn't be able to go fast enough. Gotta be careful with that gravel, man. I just hit this like really thick patch of gravel. I wasn't even going that fast, just going around the bend here, and fishtailed and almost wiped out. Thankfully I wasn't going that fast, so I didn't really like go flying or anything, but definitely had to step off. Okay, so I've basically reached my end destination. It's just up ahead at these buildings here. So I'm gonna ride up there, post up, so I have somewhere nice and shaded to sit, and start calling some of these motels and see if they got rooms available. I'll check this out. That's pretty neat. All right, who knows? Maybe they'll even have power here, so I could charge if needed. Oh, they do too. Yeah, I don't know if it has power, but there's outlets.
You've reached Victoria Motel. To reach reservations, press 0 or wait on the line.
Please hold a moment.
Victoria Motel reservations.
Really agitating when I'm trying to get through and nobody answers. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Calling from 1961.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you guys had any rooms available for the night. Just one person.
No, I'm sorry.
No, eh? Dang. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it took a hot minute, but we found one with rooms available. The Howard Johnson. Okay, so it's just a straight shot down the road here. 1.5 kilometers. Sounds good to me. All right, let's get going. Yeah, it was a lot of no answers and no rooms available. Thankfully, one of the cheaper options worked out. That'd be cool to take my raft out here. Victoria Motel. That looks familiar, doesn't it? If you remember the 300-kilometer skatepacking trip I did on my street board, that's where I wound up staying overnight on the first attempt. Unfortunately, they were not answering me as to whether they had a room available. All right, so I believe this is the place right here. Don't look like much from the front. How's it going? The one that called like 10 minutes ago about the room.
Ah, yes. Just need the driver's license and the credit card. So we'll just get you started here. Just need signature and initials right there. We'll get you on that. Okay, very easy here for you. You got your room 21.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, go on in, get comfy.
Cheers. Oh, we wound up getting here super early in the day. It is a double, unfortunately. But finding rooms here, especially in the warm weather, is very difficult. So 115 is not too bad. I mean, compared to some places outside of the Toronto area, definitely expensive, but so at least we got a room. All right, so a little tour of our place here. We're on the ground level, so I will have to close these curtains for some privacy. It's a 2-bed setup because they didn't have any single bed rooms available, but lots of power outlets to charge all my stuff, which I'm happy about. Got a desk, which I will make use of later. I brought some interesting stuff on this trip that you're probably gonna be like, Mike, why did you put that in your backpack? We got the bathroom, nice clean sink, shower. It's not perfect. There's some dirt over here all over this chair, so I'm not 100% sure I want to sit in that chair. But beds look clean. Really, the only thing that I'm looking for is no bed bugs. It's like right at the top of the list of things you do not want. For now, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna pop on Google and look around and see if we can't score us up some grub. Yeah, I don't know how well it comes through in the GoPro, but there is not a lot in the way of light in here. It's probably coming through really yellow, and that's because it is really yellow. So I was gonna go that way to the burrito place, but that does not look skateboard friendly, so screw that. We're gonna turn around and head downtown and see what we can find. I'm glad I have this all-terrain board, man. It can handle these unpaved shoulders, but my street board definitely wouldn't. It's way too soft and silty. So I just passed by a random Ford dealership and I was wondering if they had any Lightnings. Oh, they do! Haha! So I think I've probably decided at this point that the Lightning is what I'm going to go with for my overlanding rig, and in that exact color. Unless the Cybertruck drops in price drastically, this is what I'm going with. But Ford really did make a really great EV truck with the Lightning, so I won't be losing out. That's for sure. Yes, please. Thank you, thank you. Have a good one. I got myself some food, nothing fancy. I just wanted to get some Mr. Sub. And they sell donuts there, so I got a Boston cream donut as well. Now, earlier I was talking about how my pack was a little bit full of random stuff, and you're going to ask me why the heck I brought all this stuff. Well, part of what I brought was a new tablet I picked up. It's a Lenovo M9. It's smaller than my Surface, lighter, has a lot longer battery life, so I wanted something dedicated that I could take with me on these backpacking trips and camping trips. And this means I could just prop up here and watch some YouTube while I eat.
Hey guys, how you doing? Joe here. I'm super excited for this video. Never knew how to ride it, right? I never got caught. Keep the straps off the
So aside from the tablet, that's not all the tech-related stuff I brought with me. And here's where the ultralight backpackers will really start to scratch their heads and start furiously typing comments on the video. So I packed my ROG Ally. Yep, we got a portable backpacking gaming setup going on here. So if you don't know what a ROG Ally is, it's essentially something similar to a Steam Deck, except it's Windows based. It literally just straight up runs Windows 11. Yeah, so I mean, it's not the lightest thing in the world, but it's definitely a really powerful handheld gaming PC, and it can run any game that runs on Windows. Right now, we're gonna play some Fallout 4.
Terminal should open this.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth, what happened to the world?
The world, Mum? Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here.
So it's really neat to be able to play pretty much any game I want and have it portable enough I could take it out backpacking on my skateboard. It was a very short day, but still always worthwhile to check the belts and stuff and see if they're showing any signs of wear and tear. Which, no, these ones are looking pretty good. Tires are looking good. Because the belts are lifted a lot higher off of the ground, the damage done by gravel is a lot less, thankfully. So I know it looks a little chaotic, but here's my battery and charging setup. I've got the two big batteries, the medium-sized battery, and then the little guy. We didn't even get to the third battery today, so most of these will be fully charged. You'll see just the two big ones are showing red on the chargers there. The other two are still charged, but I'll leave them plugged in and top up overnight so that I don't have any phantom drain overnight. Yeah, so it's only 7 o'clock, but I'm going to rest up because we have triple the distance to do tomorrow. We have 45 kilometers to do. Oh, good morning. It's about 7 o'clock. I'm super comfortable, which makes it super hard to get up and out of bed. I guess I better get up and at her. They got free continental breakfast in the lobby, so I think I'll go.
make use of that. Alright, I'll rip the band-aid off.
It's definitely a bit of a foggy one this morning. Yeah, it's kind of wild just how foggy it is this morning. Like, look at this. It certainly gives a good spooky atmosphere to the start of our day. So here is the bike path I got to turn down, which is actually paved. Then we follow this over to a street, onto another street, and then we're finally back on the actual gravel rail trail. Now, this could be problematic. The rail trail is all broken up. The road looks like it continues through, so we may still be able to access it. Alright, let's see. I hate all this new construction that really screws up route finding. Oh, there's the path there. Yeah, I can just walk over. Okay. So we made it onto the actual gravel part. I'm just gonna keep a moderate pace since this gravel's pretty loose and I don't want to fishtail and spin it, especially considering I'm not fully awake yet. I'm looking along the trees here. It's probably hard to make out on the GoPro, but there are so many spider webs. Fog's already starting to boil off, and I can feel it heating up already. All right, so we got about 13 kilometers to get to Omemee from here. I'm gonna be swapping my batteries every 5 kilometers to load balance them so that my charging stops a lot shorter than 3 hours. Less than a minute after that previous clip, and look, this is less than 60 seconds from that previous clip. All the fog has boiled off. That was fast, man. And now it's a nice, bright, sunny day. I can feel it heat me up. Wind chill's less of a factor. I just gotta keep an eye out for these random holes that are in the dirt trail here. As long as I account for the slow speed and take my time and enjoy it while I'm out here, yeah, I think this board's gonna work. Even though I'm probably a little bit too heavy for it with all my gear. Alright, so we're about 5 kilometers in. I still got plenty of juice left in this battery. But like I said, I want to load spread the charging so that we're not there for 3 hours. We're 10.5 kilometers. Time to load spread again and switch to the third battery. Now we can do the last stint of 5 kilometers to Omemee, where we'll have approximately an 1.5 to 2 hour charge, depending. The trail is turning paved, so you know we're really close to where we gotta be. The next intersection is where I gotta turn off the trail and head into downtown Omemee. So now that it's paved, I could kick it up into the high gear and we could just cruise for the next, I guess like roughly 1 kilometer. And then we go into Omemee and go to a charging spot. I just took a leak, so I'm set for everything, so I don't need to go and visit anywhere. I can just go and plug in and charge. All right, we are at basically the turnoff to downtown Omemee. Nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna hang it right here. And there should be a whole bunch of stuff I can find to plug in and charge. This church was one of the options I had listed. And I think I see an outlet on the exterior of the building there. Indeed, it has outlets. Now, is it connected? That is the question. Yeah, we got power. There we go. All plugged in and charging. And close this so the sun's not beating directly down on the batteries. All right, I'll set a timer for an hour and a half. All the little stuff I could just plug into my battery bank, which is pretty charged right now. And yeah, just kill an hour and a half, I guess. Churches always seem to come in clutch for having exterior outlets that I could plug into and charge. So of course, what does one do when they're camped out in front of a random church? They make instant noodles, of course. Apparently it's only 18 degrees. It hasn't even reached full temperature yet. And I'm cooking just sitting here. It's not even 20. And I'm supposed to go up to 26 today. There we go. Double cup it for insulation. Now I'm thinking. Oh, that's very warm. Eating hot food on a hot day. Not a winning combination. So I'm looking at my itinerary here, and I actually overestimated how much distance I have to go on the last leg. It's only a basically a 21 kilometer leg from here to Peterborough. So I have a feeling I'll finish today a lot sooner than I thought. Assuming I don't have to be here much longer than an hour and 45 minutes charging, I am going to get to my final destination for the day by like 1:30, 2 o'clock. Man, I am actually making really good time. It is so hot. I think we actually need to switch into shorts mode. That's what I love about these pants. I've got shorts. Oh, that's so much better. Alright, I gotta get sunscreen on these bad boys before they fry. Well, the timer went off on my phone. I've been checking them periodically, but they're still charging, and the chargers are hot. So they're still dumping a lot of amps into the batteries. Technically, I could leave now and have plenty of range to get there, but you know, what's another 10 minutes? Alright, we are almost green all across the board. 2 of them are green, which means the battery's fully charged. So we're gonna pack up here and hit the road.
So you're traveling through the area? Or?
Yeah, I started off just west of Lindsay. Do you know where Mariposa Elementary School is? Yep, started off there.
Uh-huh.
Stopped here to charge my skateboard, and then
I see.
finishing today in Peterborough.
Wow. So is that a battery?
Yep, well, several.
Oh, wow.
Here, see all the crazy shenanigans I get up to.
Cool.
And here is the trail. And just like that, we are back on our way. We got give or take 22 kilometers ahead of us. Not gonna bother load balancing the batteries. I'm just gonna run them dry this time. So I predict that I won't even be through the second big battery by the time we hit Peterborough. Let's see if my prediction holds out. I'll tell you one thing, the heat of the summer is definitely a lot more bearable in here because it's partially shaded and I'm moving and I got that wind chill back. Oh, feels so much better than sitting in the sun cooking, man. That was brutal. Gravel conditions seem to be a little bit better here. It's just a very thin, fine layer over top of hard-packed dirt. Not very soft at all, so I can pick up the pace a little bit because I don't have to worry about fishtailing too much. Cruising at about 17 kilometers an hour. Whoa. Whoa. We are up very high right now. That's a view. That's really cool. There's so many random like bridges and rail bridges through here. And I'm on a rail trail. So this used to be a train. And up there it looks like it used to be as well. Interesting. Well, the first battery finally died without even giving me a beep. But it actually made it a lot farther than I thought it would. We went 10.5 kilometers off of just that battery. And that was the one that I only did 8 yesterday. So interesting. I suspect that one of the cells, or one or more of the cells in that pack, weren't balanced because it wasn't charged properly, fully, in a long time. But now that I let it charge overnight, it had a chance to balance. So that's good, because we're already halfway, and I'm only switching batteries now. So it seems my bet of... I gotta be careful where I kneel here, because I think I'm standing in poison ivy. I think my bet of not even being finished the second battery by the time I get to Peterborough is probably gonna pan out, actually. Yeah, tuck everything out of the way so it doesn't get squished. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. A nice green tunnel, lots of shade. Got to be careful though, because do not want to fall off the trail, because there is nothing stopping me from taking a very, very bad tumble. Man, bright sunny day. Trail conditions are excellent. I'm able to just fly. I'm doing 22 kilometers an hour right now. At this rate, we're gonna be downtown Peterborough basically at like 1:30, maybe even 1 o'clock. And that's my end destination. I actually wish, this is the first time I wish that the trip was actually longer than what I had planned. The morale is night and day between this time and last time. Oh man, I'll take more of this. More of these types of trips, all day, every day. So I take back everything I said about this board being underpowered. You know what? I think it's actually doing A-okay, all things considered. I like it. On these gravel rail trails, it eats it alive. Definitely got to stay on top of my water intake. I carry 4 liters of water on me, and I actually recently added something to my kit that gives me a extra 2 liters carrying capacity. I've made a bunch of changes to this kit. I really need to do an updated teardown. So we're just about to pop out into downtown Peterborough. We're in a green space right now, but don't let that fool you. We're like in the heart of Peterborough right now. So we're now on paved trail, and the next intersection is like right in the heart of downtown Peterborough, if I understand the map correctly. And also where the bus terminal is, where we are ending today's little adventure. And it's amazing how fast you transition from stunning green space to city. This is an interesting crossing. It's like a little side road that it was repurposed as bikes only. Well, and electric skateboards, but you get the picture. All right guys, we're coming up on where I need to be. So I'm gonna get to my little waypoint here and figure out where the bus terminal is, and then say goodbye, I guess. Well, this is our end destination. That's it for me. I made it to my destination. So I will see you guys in the next one.